Yo, what is up, guys? This is DOZ 101.
An Alva Man.
And the GR81.
We don't know if the camera quality is going to work out like we expected to, but fuck it, we're winging it. This is our Royal Rumble review. Wow. I don't know what to say. Fuck you, TNA.
Yeah, the first thing, a big fuck you to TNA, and Diesel's back!
And?
I just had to say that. And Booker T. Can you suck it, digga? Can you dig it, sucker? Yeah. Sorry about that.
You can tell they're happy. I kind of knew this shit was going to happen, but seeing as how I'm on WrestlingRevolution.com, I pretty much know all this shit anyway. But
the game didn't come back.
Yeah, fuck you, Vince. What the hell that was about?
That had nothing to do with Vince.
So let's see. The first match of the night was the World Heavyweight Championship match with Edge and Dolph Ziggler.
It was actually a decent match.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. It was a good back and forth with Edge, gaining control at first. They went outside.
But let's face it, we all know what's going to happen Friday night
we got to give detail at the first of the match. Okay, like...
but Friday night on SmackDown, we all know what's going to happen. Vicky's going to have seen the footage. She's going to reverse it. She's going to give Ziggler the title because Edge used the spear.
Okay, so basically what happened was it was a good back and forth. They went to the outside, and then Dolph Ziggler went to work on the neck. We had a classic ref bump spot. Edge used the spear. Of course, nobody saw it, so to speak. And then Edge went for Christian's finisher, the kill switch, as a tribute to him. So, 1, 2, 3, Edge is, still your World Heavyweight Champion. And he's going to Elimination Chamber.
Good.
Look into the camera.
Sorry, I was spacing out. Still can't believe Triple H didn't show up.
Alright, but what would we give it? I'd give it maybe about a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3. 3.5 max, but...
For a good opening.
But only because... I'm sorry, Eve Torres is the new Divas champion. I like Eve.
I gotta add something to that last match. Somebody finally shut Vicky up.
Thank God. Okay, and then the next match was the Randy Orton-Miz match for the WWE title. It was okay for what it was. It was very...
We were more paying attention to the fans being spazzes than the match itself.
Yeah, I like the guy in the white t-shirt going up and down and up and down. But the fact is, that match was really slow.
It was. Yeah, I don't even really think it was all that great. I mean, it was your typical back and forth match. The highlight of the fucking night was after Miz retained the WWE Championship. I don't remember how it happened. Didn't he?
Interference.
Yeah, okay.
Nexus came out and Cena threw fucking Gabriel into Nexus, and then dude hit the skull crushing finale. And
no, Cena didn't do that. That was Orton.
No, Cena wasn't out there. Orton did that shit.
Oh yeah, right. No,
the highlight of the
night. Miz hit the skull crushing finale on Orton, and then Orton threw the dude into.
The highlight of the fucking night was Michael Cole sadly jumping up and down, having his fanboy moment after the match. Once,
like a little schoolgirl. That was pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I would just give that maybe about a 2.5. I mean,
it wasn't nothing great at all.
That's being generous. Then the Divas match, which we were pleasantly surprised. I have to admit, my surprise was I wanted Awesome Kong to debut because that's the thing. She signed with the WWE.
Whoa.
No kidding. Yep. Wow.
She signed with the WWE.
I probably should have known that.
But
Eve Torres won.
Yes.
Denver represent.
Yes, I have to agree. Homegirl won it.
Yep, Homegirl won. Congratulations, Eve. I know a lot of you guys don't like Eve Torres on the internet. Don't kill us.
Finally, somebody from Denver did something worth mentioning on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
A lot of you guys don't like Eve Torres in the YouTube wrestling community. We understand that. Okay.
I only like her because she's from...
Basically, since not too much really happened in this match, they teased the Lay Cool breakup in this match a couple times.
Lame Tool? Yeah.
And then basically what happened was it was the double pin controversy where Eve pinned one of them and then Beth pinned the other. And
what the ref
Michelle
saw.
McCool.
The ref saw.
Yeah.
The ref saw Eve pin, not Maurice.
No, Michelle McCool had Beth Phoenix, or not Beth Phoenix,
and Natalia.
Natalia pinned.
Yeah.
You said Beth.
Well,
he didn't see her. He saw Eve pinning.
But anyway, the ref wasn't
Layla.
looking at that. He saw Eve pinning Layla, and that was how that ended.
Yeah, and that's how it should stay, in my opinion.
And then we got the 40-man Rumble where these guys are going to rant. I'm going to let them rant for a little bit.
Oh, come the fuck on.
Can you
Really, that's
elaborate
it?
on that?
No,
I mean,
no.
Yeah, go.
I like the fact that Diesel and Booker T came back. You know, that was pretty cool. But where the fuck was the game? And then at the end, it was that little slight of hope that almost went through.
We're not going to get to the end yet, though. We got to go through like some of the match itself. Okay, like they started off with this Nexus core shit, which oh my god,
Really?
can you say over fucking kill? Overkill.
I mean,
Because it was.
Burn.
you know, I'll say this about the whole Nexus thing they did in the Rumble match. If you're gonna have the whole team in there like that, or most of the team,
Just get it.
just have Nexus go all the way through and have dude win.
Yeah.
I mean,
It never happens,
But all right, mark out moments.
right? It never happens. They've tried to do that in the past Rumbles and it never worked.
Mark out moments. As much as we don't really like these two guys in TNA, the nostalgia marks, all three of us turned into 10-year-old marks when two guys came out.
Yes.
the
Diesel,
first one
Booker
was
T.
Booker T.
Can you dig it?
The
sucker?
six-time champion.
And
Probably
then
will be a 7-time champion.
Most likely.
Diesel came out.
The Big Daddy Cool Diesel. The man. Woo!
I'm not gonna.
Looking good too.
I'm sorry, I had a Ric Flair moment there.
I'm not gonna lie though. That was kind of a mark out moment. It took me back to being 10 years old again.
One of the original members of the NWO. The only reason I had any reason to cheer in the entire Royal Rumble match, aside from the fact that, well, but we'll get to that later.
And the moment between Big Show and Diesel right there.
That was a pretty cool stare-down moment. They had...
After Diesel got eliminated, Big Show and Diesel looked at each other like, hey, what's up, motherfucker? How's it been?
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of
Diesel
cool.
had that kind of, you lost weight. Never mind, there it is, I found it.
Mm-hmm. And then, this is where we got pissed, and we were kind of happy.
I mean,
So I'm going to let them take what they got.
Well, on the one side...
You go ahead.
Mm-hmm. On the one side, Cena didn't win, so that made all of us happy. On the other side...
Or Orton.
Or Orton. Yeah. On the other side, Kane was number 40.
Last entrant.
What the fuck was that?
If you
Kane is number 40? Where's the game?
The lame.
You know,
Packers suck.
You know, I
But
don't
the game
mind-
should have been number 40. What the
Yes,
fuck
exactly.
was that?
I don't mind
How
Kane-
is he not number
I
40?
don't mind Kane coming in, but don't make him number 40. Don't make him
I wouldn't
number
have
40.
cared if he was number 40 if the game had come out. Obviously, I'm a fan of the game. If you didn't figure that out.
He
But,
can admit that shit, and he can admit that shit,
Yeah,
too.
hell yeah.
hey,
Always
yo,
been.
DX always. And
Hell yes.
they got to bring him back at some point soon so he can induct Shawn into the Hall of Fame. Which is really probably the only reason I'm even going to pay any attention to WrestleMania.
But the highlight, he said he was going to win it all. We didn't
did.
listen.
But he almost didn't.
We didn't listen to him.
And he
And
almost
Santino didn't win it all. He
Santino
did
was
say.
that fucking close.
Santino did say he was
He
going to
was
win it
that-
all, but he didn't quite pull
He
it
was
off.
that fucking close.
WWE, I have to give you guys props on the finish to this Rumble, despite these guys not really liking it. I got to give y'all my props.
You know, I don't like it, but I don't disagree with it.
I have to give you guys my props. You did what I wanted you to do. A new guy
Selfish.
who
Well, yeah.
is not established has won the Rumble.
I agree with him. I agree with David.
No,
You know?
I do. I
Although
thought it
I
was...
would have liked it more Morrison.
Yeah, okay, yeah, my turn. Morrison.
Hey, y'all just take over.
Motherfuckers. John Morrison should have made it to the Final Four. You motherfuckers know
True.
that. You out there listening to us know this shit. Morrison should have made it to the Final Four.
True.
Way to fuck with him, creative. Good job. But
But on the
there was a spot with John Morrison, too,
But
we have to
interrupted.
talk about.
yes,
That fucking parkour spot that he did where fucking one of the
It's
Nexus
never been
guys,
done.
one of the Nexus guys knocked him out to
Wade
the
Barrett
barricade.
ran up
He
and knocked
jumped
him
on
off the ring, and
he
he
jumped on
caught
the barricade.
He
Yeah.
caught the barricade.
And then Morrison jumped back to the steel steps. That was the
That was
highlight of the
McGillicutty
Rumble.
that got him. My bad.
Yeah, that was the highlight of the Rumble, but way to fuck him, WWE Creative. One of your most
But you
talented
still
guys.
can do something with him. It's not too late.
Yep.
It is not too late.
Elimination Chamber, come on, give it to Morrison.
Obviously,
Yes.
it's not too late.
Have it be Morrison and Miz at Mania.
But
Give
let's
Morrison
talk
the
about-
title and have you know.
But let's
We'll
talk
win
about
that.
the finish of the thing.
Del
All right,
Rio won.
Alberto Del Rio, he said he was going to win it all. We didn't listen to him.
The last thing I had
That's
to...
true. Sorry.
Everybody was kind of hoping, the Wrestling Revolution kind of were saying that Del Rio was going to do it. A couple people were. Zamario, he said it. There are other people. And actually, I was glad that even though we said Cena and Triple H weren't going to win, were going to win, I am so glad that they didn't win. I was so happy. I'm happy.
Triple H wasn't even there.
It sucks that Triple H wasn't there for these guys. For me, I don't care because he's... Go ahead.
Another thing, Khali, he came back.
Yep. Khali's
back
That's not
too.
big, but I'm kind of wondering where that big fucker was.
He did
Taking
the
a
Indian.
break.
He did the Indian version of Big Brother, so that's why he was out.
Okay. I would have liked to see Santino win, but if he had, where would that have gone? It wouldn't have gone anywhere.
Nowhere.
I agree with making Del Rio the Rumble winner. That's a good choice.
He's facing Edge at WrestleMania.
I
Let's
know
face
it's
it.
It's going to be it.
It's going to be Edge, dude, because they're not going to do something to where Del Rio goes to Raw and becomes WWE champion. He would get buried over there.
It's the creative team.
He would get.
No, he would get buried on Raw because there's too much talent there already.
Yep, he would get.
And then on
fucked
top of
there.
who was already coming back.
Yeah, you got.
And you know that Diesel and Booker T are both going to be on Raw, at least at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, WWE advice for you: don't keep Diesel and Booker T way too fucking long. You can keep them till Mania, but after that, they gotta
I
go.
mean, you might keep Booker T a little longer, but Diesel at least tell at least tell Mania, and then do it, and then you can go from there. I don't know what you're gonna do, but
Yeah, I think what needs to happen though, man, Del Rio Edge, it will be one of the best things of
and
2011.
you have Del Rio win. I mean, no,
Not necessarily.
not really, no disrespect to Edge, but I think you need some new blood in there, some entirely new blood.
And I know
He knows
people,
not of what he speaks, Boo-Boo.
And I know people are gonna say,
I'm not saying anything bad about Edge.
Edge probably won't lose to Del Rio, but if he does, hey, all the better for the WWE creative team because they'll have finally had someone new win at WrestleMania, which never happens.
And if that
Yeah.
does happen, we'd like to see your reaction, Boo Boo.
yeah, I think
I'm
this,
sure we will.
Oh yeah, speaking of reactions, let's see. CM Punk dominated tonight. Well, I shouldn't say he dominated, but Nexus dominated tonight.
Sorry, I don't like Punk.
Yep.
Fuck him.
But he got eliminated, so that's a good thing. He didn't win.
He wasn't going. There was no way he was going.
But let's talk about the finish of the match because we got to wrap this up. But okay,
The finish of the match, Santino comes back in from the floor. He was not eliminated. He went under the bottom
He
rope.
rolled out.
He
Yep.
rolled out of the ring. He came back in.
He did the Cobra.
He did the Cobra, and he should have won, but,
He was being a little fucking spaz.
well,
Del
he
Rio
should have
won.
won, but Del Rio caught him and tossed him over. It was a classic,
Yep.
swerve.
And
if you
now
will.
Del Rio is the future of the WWE. I really think that. Del Rio.
Jomo's the future.
Well, it's a plethora of guys.
Yeah. I think they need to
Jomo at Mania.
This might be off topic a little
Jomo
bit, just
needs
as
to
a
win the
quick
title
note.
at
They need
Elimination
to do-
Chamber.
They need to do as individuals more with the guys, with the younger superstars. Like the guys in Nexus and Barrett's team. They need to do more with them.
Yeah.
This whole team thing is getting a little too fucking old.
Well, you gotta have a good faction in wrestling. But that's the key word there is a good
Yeah,
faction.
It just gets old when you get these don't go anywhere kind of factions.
But
Yeah.
if you actually do something, you have in some way you have the core versus Nexus, you actually do this,
They're going to stretch that shit out. Watch.
I'm sure they will.
Yep.
I mean, they need to.
Okay, what will we give the Royal Rumble match itself? 4 stars. It's not 5 stars.
The match itself,
4,
yeah. I'm going to go ahead and give the match itself, I'll give it 4 stars.
Yep.
I mean, if nothing else for the comebacks.
For the pay-per-view overall, on a 1 to 10 scale, what would you say?
A 1 to 10 scale, 4.
Yeah.
A 4?
Or a 5.
You two
I go
motherfuckers.
halfway.
Well, you know what? No, you know what? I'll give it like a 6. Because, I mean, the Divas match was pretty good. The World Heavyweight title match was pretty good.
Before the Rumble, I would have been 5, so I have to go 7.
I have to go 7.5. It was good. It was good. And it's going to be a pickup.
I'll agree with that.
It's going to be a pickup on DVD this year, guys.
Definitely.
Yes.
Much better than last year's Rumble for
No
sure.
fucking shit.
Yep. Del Rio winning. Thank you, WWE Creative. Now let's make shit happen.
Now
Fuck you, Lex.
you need to fucking capitalize on that.
Yep. Del Rio Edge at Mania.
Fuck
Make it
Logan.
fucking happen.
You got to do Morrison and Miz. Mania. You got to have Morrison win a title.
Miz ain't going to make it to Mania. Get over that.
No, Morrison's going to win at the Elimination
But
Chamber.
Miz isn't going to go to Mania.
I think that it would be still a good match.
I hate to tell you. I think
What?
Cena versus Orton at Mania, sadly.
Ugh,
I really do.
That is just a
That means that
waste.
Orton's got to win the belt at Elimination Chamber.
Yep. As much as I hate to say this, we're going to get Del Rio Edge, but on the same side, we may have to suffer with Cena Orton.
Well, that's okay. We
may
can
have
not
to, but if the creative team is smart enough, they'd probably pick up on it.
Yep.
They're not going to.
They're not
But
going
we can do the same thing we did last year and not watch the Cena Batista match. We don't watch Orton versus Cena.
Yeah, and we might just do that. But all right, guys, on an overall rating of 1 to 10, 7.5 for me.
Yeah, 7.5.
And we will see you guys later. We will see you guys for WrestleMania predictions. Take care. Peace
Later.
out.